Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare video. So, Sereniel is insanely strong. Alright, so and I feel like right now, alright, I'm just gonna leave this autoplay in the background so you guys can see insanely amazing performance. She's probably one of the strongest DPS character in the game right now. By far, right? Now, is she the strongest? Maybe not. I feel like maybe she's second place right now after testing her one day. Right? I feel like Maylin is still a little bit more stronger, right? She hits harder, but that doesn't mean that Sereniel is bad by any means, right? She's definitely a very interesting concept as a whole. She is a very flexible character. She can fit into almost any team pretty much. She has a lot of zero cost cards, which basically helps improve the ability, right, in terms of like trying to synergize with other teams. Alright, zero AP, very cool, right? Most of her skills are based upon that, and I'm a big fan of her entire concept as a whole, right? So right now you can see I'm using her in a team of with Chizuru and of course Ray right there. Both are going to be very strong partner, not partner but teammates of her. Now you can also use Khalid, you can also use Mika, alright, Khalid Mika gonna work very well. Cassius works really well as well. I'll jump into the team shortly, but as you can see, her concept entirely is going to be mostly about trying to generate all the Ravage, right? So you can see she has all of these zero cost cards. These are all going to give her the homing laser. And then she has plenty of these, which has this is going to be the basic card, which has a 50% chance to create. So her concept is going to be mostly on trying to apply Ravage to the enemy, right? So the Ravage mechanic is going to be what she's all about. Now, what is Ravage? For those of you who are not aware, basically enemies always have 1 HP at the top, and then there's this bar at the bottom, right? This is going to be the Ravage bar. If you can empty this out, you're going to be able to basically make her move a lot of these cards back. You can see on Ravage. You can see this card at the bottom there say on Ravage move from graveyard to hand, right? So if I'm able to do this, let me try and Ravage this particular enemy. So you can see already half. I will try to Ravage this guy. So you can see I'm constantly able to... That's a lot of cards, man. That's a lot of cards, right? And you can see how this is insanely broken. Now, why this is broken? It's because this is all zero cost cards, right? This is like, it's not 1 cost, it's literally 0 cost. So now I can move on to the next target. I can try and Ravage this guy, right? I can try and Ravage this guy, you know, just so you guys know, you can only have 10 cards in your hand at most, maximum at a time, right? So at that point, I gotta get rid of this guy first before you can see, right? I'm constantly getting more cards. Getting more cards right here. I'm gonna get rid of him first, alright? And then get rid of him. I'm gonna try to Ravage this guy now. So now you can see I'm getting more cards, right? Constantly getting more cards, right? Lots of homing missile. So even though she is not an AoE character, she's pretty much... She acts as one, right? If there's plenty of enemies on the map, as long as you can Ravage the enemies, right, easily, you can see how this is still my turn. It's still my turn, right? This is like Chaos Zero Nightmare is supposed to be a turn-based game, right? It's supposed to you take turns, enemy take turns. But guess what? My turn is still there. Because all of these cards are 0 cost. So it's still my turn, I'm still constantly able to spend all of these, right? So again, if you are able to Ravage the enemy, let me turn off the face cam because you guys can't see the Ravage bar. We're gonna Ravage this guy, boom. So now I'm gonna... So this is going to be what makes the entire thing very good pairing with Chizuru as well. So if you guys are not aware with how Chizuru works, she has a card that the more hits you apply to the enemy, then she can basically get this bind thing, right? The Shadow of the Moon stuff, alright? So that's going to make it for a very strong one. So the entire concept for Sereniel is just insane. She's probably one of the best DPS that you can use in the game right now, right? That you can basically obtain. Now, I do highly recommend you guys to get at least 1 copy, alright? Now, the dupes and stuff, we're going to talk about that later. But for now, try to at least prioritize in getting 1 copy. I feel like you're not going to regret it, right? So, she's just that strong. So, in terms of, like right now in this particular team, you can do a lot of things with her, right? I feel like you're never going to regret pulling for her because she's definitely one of the more flexible characters. She's similar to Maylin, maybe Veronica to a certain extent in terms of flexibility to be able to fit in certain teams. And right now, I used to be a Renoir main, right? I use Renoir a lot, and her concept is quite similar to Renoir with the exception that she's... I feel like she's stronger, right? Just by far. I know they are both different elements. One is Void. Sereniel in this case is going to be Instinct, right? She's our first Instinct DPS. But still, it makes her very, very viable in that particular case as well, right? So if you are looking to basically whatever teammates that works really well with Renoa, for example like Cassius or Nia, it's going to work pretty well with pretty well with Sereniel as well. So every time you ravage the enemy, that's going to be what you are going to do, right? So let's talk about teams then. Teams. So right now, as you can see, I'm pairing her with Chizuru and Rei. Now Rei, I feel like she's really, really strong. Of course, if you have certain things for her, right? For example, right now for Rei, one very important thing is she's going to be somewhat the healer in this particular team, right? So if you have E2, when Rei uses an attack card, heal for 120%, this effect activates once per turn. So Rei can also grab all of those like gear bags and stuff, so which is able to give you a bunch of synergy in this particular team, and then you can constantly draw more, right? And then my Rei is going to be, as you can see, all the way at Awakening Memory 6, right? Manifest Ego 6. I'm at M6 right here. Allies attack card damage is increased by 20%, right? What that means is all your Sereniel card is going to get buff, alright? You can see all Sereniel's card is going to be attack card, right? This one is attack card, this one is skill. This one usually I recommend you to remove this. This is the shield one, right? But again, all of these are going to be attack cards. The skill cards is supposed to make more attack cards for you as well. So the entire concept of that is going to be very, very cool. Now also, one finicky thing about Rei though is you want to be careful with this particular one. The epiphany for this one, right? So Sereniel has a lot of zero cost cards. If you are not aware already, you saw it from earlier, right? So with that, you have to specifically get this particular one. Alright, this particular one. The one with increased damage amount of cards with cost 1 or less. If you don't get this one, because I did a chaos run yesterday, I got like 3 other ones, but I didn't get this one. That kind of sucks, right? Because like she has a lot of zero cost cards. You want to be able to buff those cards as well, right? So if you get this one only affects cost of 1 card. This one only affects void card, which doesn't affect Sereniel. This one affects 1 cost card. This one affects 1 cost card. The one that's important is going to be this one. So you have to do your chaos run to keep getting the perfect one. I think I managed to get as you can see, yeah, I managed to get this particular one, right? 40% damage amount of cards with cost 1 or less. So that's going to be ideally what you want for Rei, right? So if you can get that, that's going to be a very good boost to your Sereniel. Now, if you can't get that, then do your chaos run again, or can consider Cassius, alright? So a very, very good partner would be these two, Chizuru and Rei. Rei will be able to buff both Chizuru and Sereniel. Both of them can complement each other in damage. Now, if you don't want to use this team, right? You can also consider using Khalid and Mika. That works as well. Where's my Mika? Alright, everybody loves Mika, right? Mika is going to be a very good one. So this is going to work as well, right? So this is going to work pretty good, right? So for me, I thought like she's going to have a little bit of issue pairing with Caleb, because I thought Caleb is going to be she's going to be a little bit expensive. She has some cards, they are 2 costs, 3 costs, but surprisingly it is not, right? It's went pretty well, as long as Mika can give you a bit of AP from time to time, right? Your Sereniel mostly have 0 cost cards. She do have 2 cards that are like 2 costs and above, right? So that's going to be so this one, the Cobalt Light and the Pale Shooting Star. Alright, you can activate this, pairs really well with Khalid as well, and Khalid can also help you to do AoE tenacity damage, right? So she has a lot of cards that can do that, especially for this particular one, the Overpower, right? You can basically epiphany this even more to basically do 2 tenacity damage to all enemies. So as long as you can ravage the enemy, just ravage the heck out of them, then you are going to be able to get a lot out of your particular Sereniel. So I do think that Sereniel is a pretty fun character. I actually love her concept. Big fan of her concept. Overall, Shining Core is going to be where I think the focus should be. For me, the epiphany for this particular one, you can see, you can go with the Create 3 Homing Laser one. The Homing Laser L is going to be what you want, right? This is going to be the one, the 0 cost card. You're constantly going to be able to create this. She applies Afterglow, plus 1 to tenacity damage of attack cards. Again, this is going to make it very strong with, other attackers as well. So definitely keep that in mind, right? So when the effects activated, decrease Afterglow by 1. So she is going to be able to do a lot of tenacity damage because of that, right? So make sure you guys are aware of that, right? Once you ravage the enemy, you are going to get the action point as well. You're going to get back your 1 AP if you guys are not aware. So that mechanic is going to like trickle and always give you the unlimited AP. Man, she's a really broken character, right? She's insanely broken. So one thing to consider that I want to talk a little bit more about is I think a lot of people are asking specifically for the partner. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I did pull for Sereniel's partner, and I do think that the partner is really, really strong. Now, obviously, you're not forced to. Alright, this is Sereniel's L to D, by the way. Insane, right? If you got affinity 10, okay? So, keep in mind that both Sereniel and the partner Peko is going to be seasonal. That means that if you miss out on this, you won't be able to get them, you know, because it's seasonal or limited. I don't know when they will rerun, right? But pulling for partner, if you can afford to, I do highly recommend it. So as you can see, it's going to give you a bunch of attack. It's going to give you like more damage here and stuff. And one very important thing is going to be the crit rate, which is going to be on this particular ego skill right here. Now this one is going to be pretty much a permanent uptime in the battle, right? So I didn't know about this, but you can see when an ally inflicts Ravage, again, your Sereniel is going to be able to do that. 1 overclock to the assigned combatant, 1 time per turn. It's not going to be they should just make this a permanent buff because 1 time per turn, that means it can occur every turn, right? So you can see this is going to be something that activates the entire battle. So what does overclock do? You can see right here, 25% critical chance for 1 turn. Alright, so every single turn, you're going to get 25% critical chance. Insane, right? Your Sereniel is going to be able to boost herself even further. And I do highly recommend this particular one. Now, of course, if you cannot afford this, then you can consider using Yuri. Alright, Yuri is probably going to be the next best partner, you know, for her. Now, of course, Peko is a slight upgrade. Yuri is going to work just fine. You know, you can also draw 2. And I believe that everybody probably has a Yuri build. I think I have my Yuri equipped somewhere else. But you can see right here, she's also going to be pretty good. You know, if you can't afford to get Peko, I get it, right? Yuri, not too far behind, can also draw 2 and stuff. But I don't think she needs that draw because she is always constantly going to be able to draw her cards regardless, right? So what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, so let's go back to the themes for her. Let me jump into the this particular one. Okay, so to build her, of course, you want to get all of this, right? What you want to focus on starting is going to be her critical rate, critical chance. Very, very important. Try to get that as high as you can. Also get this particular one, the unique card upgrade. So try to get this to level 10. Now, why unique cards specifically? Again, her entire concept is going to be around surrounding her, basically getting this particular homing laser. Alright, she's going to basically always get this 0 cost card. Now this card is a unique card, as you can see right there, right? So ideally, I don't think this is going to be the best build. I figured maybe I want to delete the basic card. The basic card is not bad, right? 50% chance to create 1 homing laser, but it's 50-50, right? Like, it's a bit, even in the battle, you gotta have 50-50? Come on, man. Come on, Smilegate. Like, what? Do we need 50-50 in the battle, right? We already have that in the gacha system. Can it be 70-30? You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to delete the card, obviously, right? That's going to be one thing to consider. I'm a big fan of this particular Shining Core, alright? Try to get as much as it. I basically got lucky in this particular run. Managed to duplicate that. This one not too bad as well. Move homing laser, you know, in graveyard to hand. And then this particular Cobalt Light. This one is very good if you're fighting multiple enemies, right? You know, for each enemies that you hit, you're going to create 1 homing laser L. Alright, if there's 4 enemies on the map, you're able to hit randomly 4 of them. It is random after all. You're going to get 4 of that. Very, very cool. Again, those are going to be the one. The Pale or Shooting Star, this one just activate 3 homing laser in draw pile and graveyard. So her concept is going to basically lie on those. Now again, there's going to be multiple different synergies that works well with her, right? Like I mentioned. But keep in mind, all you gotta prioritize in terms of the team right now. You know, Kalip, Mika, I would say Rei, and Chizuru works really well. If you don't have those, you can also consider using Cassius. I haven't tried Cassius yet, but definitely Cassius should work, right? Cassius Mika is gonna work fine, right? If you want to use Cassius and Mika, if you want to, you can also go Nia, depending on who you have built. Nia and Mika is gonna work fine as well, right? Anyone that pretty much, if you guys used Renoa previously, alright, so whichever supporters that works really well with Renoa, right, is going to work really well with her because shuffle the cards, find the cards, find the specific one for her to activate more, right? It is going to be the entire concept. So last but not least, it's going to be the builds. In terms of the, let me see. I haven't talked about the, okay, let's talk about this particular one, right? So obviously this is going to be one of the best one, the Foggy Crystal Ball. If you can get this is by far like insane, right? Because increase the damage amount of attack cards with cost of 0 by 40%, right? So this is like Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, right? Again, this is going to give you a bunch, and then of course this particular one, 25 damage amount, Amorphous Cute. I believe they removed the percentage, but previously it was 25% damage amount. Now it become 25 flat. So I don't know if is it typo or something. You guys let me know in the comments, right? But that's pretty much for the armor type. There is going to be some better option, but this one is not bad, right? Inflicts Ravage, you get like shield. I guess for the armor type, it's like there's not too many armors that give you like offensive capabilities, but there's one that I believe reduce the cost. So consider getting that as well, right? And alongside with that, I can show you guys my memory fragments. Alright, in terms of her build, right? As you can see, I haven't really completed it yet. I'm out of this particular thing, right? These particular stones here, the core of memory, still trying to get that. But as you can see, the best one for her, obviously, is going to be the 4-piece Judgment Flames. Highly recommend you guys to farm that. 50% damage amount to instinct cards used against Ravage targets. Specifically made for her, right? This is specifically made and built for her, so you gotta use this. This is like perfectly catered towards her. So 4-piece of that for sure. Now you can go with 2-piece, either attack percent or the crit damage percent, whichever that you prefer. That makes a lot of sense. I decided to go with attack percent, but I feel like crit damage percent is gonna be better. I feel like she's getting a lot of attack percent already, right? She gets it from Ray, because I have M6 Ray, and then she gets it from a bunch of other sources. So maybe crit damage percent might be more valuable, but right now I'm still trying to push a little bit more. I have a very low critical chance, right? Only 35% for now. Still trying to farm the gears, right? Hopefully that's going to be what I'm really doing over the course of the week. So I actually think, honest opinion, after using her for one day, she's one of the best character in the game by far. Alright, there's just no excuse. Like, it's just insanely broken, right? I just don't see why you wouldn't want to get her. Now, if you cannot get a partner, I get it, but you should at least get one copy of her. Now, a lot of people are always worried about, okay, what about getting the dupes, right? Now, the dupes, I wouldn't worry too much about it, alright, because if you guys are not aware already, right? So, you know, you can basically do these things right here in the shop, right? The supply store right here will always give you this thing, the Omega code. So you can basically use this, alright? So this thing is going to be like a universal dupe thing. It also applies to her. As you can see, you can use that thing on her, right? If you want to, you can. Alright, so a lot of people thought that you couldn't because she's limited character. Now, if you're looking to get her dupes, right? So E2 seems to be a very good stopping point. I'll probably stop right there, right? Unless you want to go crazy. Obviously, you know, going all the way to M6 is probably going to make a lot of sense, but in most cases, this particular one only improves one card in particular, 50% damage amount to Pale Shooting Star, which is going to be this particular one. Alright, she's going to get 50% more damage, but you now can activate homing laser cards up to 5, right? That's cool. Alright, it's pretty cool. It's going to affect one card, but the second one, the second dupe right here, this is going to be where she can basically snowball her momentum in battle, because at the start of the battle, you create 2 homing laser L cards. So you get 2 cards at the beginning, so you are able to activate Ravage as soon as you can, right? As soon as you enter battle, so you're able to activate Ravage faster. That means you are also going to be able to, you know, get more back in return. And then at the start of the turn, if homing laser is one of the cards drawn, then draw 1 card. Again, very cool. Every time you draw 1 more homing laser card, you can draw 1 more additional card in your deck. Always going to be helpful in that particular case. So this is a very good card. A very good stopping point, right? If you want to get the Awakening Memory to the second one, I would say Manifest Ego, that should be pretty much the one, right? I wouldn't go too far above that or beyond that, but I guess it's up to you guys, right? It's just going to be what it is. She's very, very strong even at no dupes whatsoever right now. I feel like she's really, really, really broken, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna show you guys some chaos runs here, so you guys can see, you know, like some of the choices in actions, right? 160. I got no choice. Goodbye, shy gardener. Oh, 90! No more break, guys. Sometimes he hits 3 times. Sometimes he hits 2 times. One, two, three. That's a lot of spam. Why is my rally 2 cost instead of 1? Which rally? Can you see? Is my rally 2 cost? Oh, the previous one, is it? I took one of the celestial buff. Right, it's like a special celestial buff. So that do be you do give me some stuff. 2-0. Too much card. Draw 1. Draw 1. In draw pile and graveyard. Okay. Let's activate 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Where's Khalib's damage? I have something to activate in the some epiphany. Steal the cards then. Whirlpool. Really? Really? We got a whirlpool drama? What is it now? Ooh. 1. Senmetsu. Alright, that's enough. Oh shit. Shield up. How good is E1? E1 seems to be not the stopping point, but E2. Is Peko a must-have? No. You can get away with not having Peko. You can use Yuri! I feel like I've been answering the same question 10 times in a row. Peko, no. Yuri, yes. Recreate and discard pile. Oh, nice. Nice. Just join Nana, it's fine, man. I'm just... A lot of people ask the same question, right? That's fine. It's fine. Finale. Shield. She's like a better Tressa for Hugo. Who? Wait, who is better for Hugo? Are all the characters in CZN usable? Yes. Thanks for streaming on Christmas. Thanks for streaming on Christmas, GuitarRock. Yeah, I'm always streaming, right? That's just how it is. That life, you know, that life. This should be enough. Zoop, 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 3 crit. Okay. My account has E4 run. Okay, copy. Alright, it's time. Are you guys ready? Oh, Cobalt Light. Increase damage amount of attack cards with cost 0 by 40%. Oh my goodness. Crystal Ball. I gotta think carefully, right? It's the best weapon for her. Also, I got more stats. The attack here is 82, this one is 90. Because I'm always going to always going to be able to benefit from the mutant predator spike regardless of what situation. Whereas this one only works for certain cards. But I do think that the extra boost in attack. Oh, we didn't break the run. The only person that got break is Mika, but nobody cares about Mika. So yeah, Sereniel, day 1 guide, my thoughts personally, let me know what you guys think. Of her, I do think that, you know, right now she's definitely one of the top Chaos Zero Nightmare DPS character. Get her, alright, get her. She's limited. If you don't, you might, I don't know, man. If the next, she's definitely stronger than Yuki, definitely stronger than Chizuru, in my opinion, right? I think those two, like, they're okay, but she's definitely like above them, right? If you care about strong character, meta-wise, then definitely obtain her. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.